Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. So now Irv Gotti from Murder Inc. That's the label he started. Well, listen, guys, he is the latest one to join the Bad Boys Club where he's being sued for SA. And I do have the case. From what I see here, it's only 4 pages long. So we're going to go through the whole thing. Let me just go ahead and share my screen right now. It's a shame and very sad. Okay, so we got Jane Doe as the plaintiff versus Irvin Domingo Lorenzo Jr., aka Irv Gotti. Okay, so plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, hereby states her complaint against defendant Irv Gotti, I'ma just say, for SANR based upon personal knowledge and information and belief. Plaintiff Jane Doe is an individual who was, during the relevant time period, a resident of Florida. Upon information and belief, defendant Irv Gotti is an American DJ, music producer, record executive, and the CEO and co-founder of Murder Inc. Records. This court has jurisdiction because the amount of controversy exceeds the jurisdictional limits of all lower courts that may otherwise have jurisdiction, not county interest in courts. Venue is proper in the circuit court of the 7th Judicial Circuit in for Miami-Dade County, Florida, because a substantial portion of the conduct underlying this complaint occurred in this county. Plaintiff met Irv Gotti through a mutual friend at a poker tournament in the summer of 2020. So hers is pretty recent. Ooh. Gotti invited plaintiff to go on vacation with him in St. Martin, to which she agreed. After flying her to St. Martin, Gotti coerced plaintiff into having sex with him. Gotti specifically threatened plaintiff that he would send her home if she did not comply with his demands. Accordingly, and due to his power and influence in the music world, she complied. Following the trip to St. Martin, Gotti and plaintiff entered into a relationship for 2 years. Plaintiff suffered constant abuse at Gotti's hands. During this abusive relationship, Gotti demanded that plaintiff perform unwanted sexual acts and often berated and scolded her. Notably, in January 2022, Gotti flew plaintiff out to Miami and the two stayed at the Four Seasons Hotel. There, Gotti forced her to perform oral sex on him in an elevator. Later in the summer of that same year, he flew out to Atlanta and he again forced her to perform oral on him in an Uber. Following this event, the relationship ended. As a result of this sexually abusive relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm, for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. Wow. Those injuries continue and affect plaintiff to this day. Moreover, plaintiff has been made aware that Gotti is slandering her to his vast social media network in and around Los Angeles. As a result, and in addition to the severe emotional distress described above, plaintiff now fears leaving her home. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates the preceding paragraphs 1 to 15 as if fully set forth herein. Defendant's sexually offensive actions were conducted in his individual capacity and intended to cause a harmful or offensive contact with plaintiff. A harmful, offensive, underprivileged, and underpermitted contact with plaintiff actually occurred as a result of the defendant's intent. The acts perpetrated by defendant against plaintiff was against plaintiff's will. As a result, the egregious sexual conduct perpetrated by defendant against plaintiff has experienced and will continue to experience severe emotional anguish, pain and suffering, loss of dignity damages. Plaintiff accordingly demands attorney fees and costs and compensatory damages in the amount to be determined at trial. Claim 2, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates the preceding paragraphs 1 through 20 as if fully set forth herein. The aforementioned sexual assault and battery of plaintiff was intentional. Defendant's intentional actions and inaction set forth above caused severe and debilitating emotional distress to plaintiff. Defendant's conduct was malicious, wanton, and willful. Plaintiff seeks compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial and award attorney fees, costs, and dis, 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 disbursements. Where am I at? Okay. 26. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's intentional acts, plaintiff suffered temporary and permanent injuries, has endured significant pain and suffering of both mind and body, and will continue to endure such pain and suffering in the future, has incurred medical expenses in an undetermined amount, and or will continue to incur medical expenses in the future, has suffered damages for the loss of enjoyment of life, and lost ability to perform usual activities, resulting in diminished quality of life and lost enjoyment of life. Jury trial is demanded. Plaintiff hereby demands trial by jury of all triable issues. Prayer for relief. Plaintiff requests the following relief for the violations set forth in this complaint. Compensatory damages, including those for mental anguish, in the amount to be proven at trial that exceeds the jurisdictional limits of all lower courts that may otherwise have jurisdiction, and imposition of penalties available under applicable laws, litigation costs and expenses, including attorney fees, and other relief that the court deems just and proper. Respectfully, and her lawyer is out of New York. Listen, this is messy. He is one of the latest entertainment people that are being accused of SA. So far, Diddy outweighs them all. He has the most lawsuits. And I'll just go back to this article here to give some more information. So, shocking claims. Murder Inc. Records co-founder Irv Gotti sued for alleged SA in Miami. The producer worked with artists such as Ashanti and Ja Rule at the label. DJ and music producer Irv Gotti has been sued for alleged SA in Miami, Florida. A woman alleged that Gotti, 54, SA'd and assaulted her in Miami and St. Martin. That is him. He has sometime that's him with Ashanti. Gotti, born Irvin Domingo Lorenzo, is a co-founder of the popular hip-hop label Murder Inc. Records, which signed artists Ashanti and Ja Rule. A lawsuit was filed on July 11th with a woman identified as Jane Doe, accusing the producer of SAing her and abusing her between 2020 and 2022. I don't know how this is going to fare out with the situation of, at some point, I guess, they were considered a couple. Doesn't mean that just because you're a couple, you have the right to do these things to your partner, but I'm just wondering how it's going to fare out. The suit currently seeks a trial by jury per the Miami New Times. As a result of this SA relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm for which she had to be committed to a psych ward, the lawsuit stated. Further details, the woman claims she met Gotti through a mutual friend in 2020 at a poker tournament where the DJ invited her on an upcoming trip to St. Martin. She alleged that once arrived on the island, he pressured her into having sex with him and threatened to send her home if she didn't comply. Due to his power and influence in the music world, she complied. The lawsuit continued. The suit stated that the woman and Gotti began dating after the trip, where she suffered constant abuse. The woman alleged he berated her and demanded she perform non-consensual sexual acts. The lawsuit also alleged that the relationship ended after Gotti allegedly forced the woman to perform oral on him while in an Uber in Atlanta. No attorney has yet been listed on behalf of Gotti. The U.S. Sun reached out to Gotti for a comment. In 1997, Gotti co-founded Murder Inc., which was launched under the Def Jam Records Def Jam recording umbrella alongside his brother. I didn't know his brother and him did it together. The label released records by popular artists such as Ja Rule, Ashanti, and Vanessa Carlton. In 2005, Gotti and his brother were accused of using Murder Inc. to launder $1 million of drug money. The label's reputation suffered when the allegations surfaced, though they were later cleared of any wrongdoing in court. Recently, Gotti has shifted his career to focus on film and television. He launched the BET anthology series Tales in 2017 and debuted the Murder Inc. story, a six-part docuseries, in 2022. I didn't see that. I didn't even know it existed. Producer life. The producer was previously married to Debbie Lorenzo for over a decade before getting divorced sometime in 2013. They welcomed three children during their time together: Angie, Sonny, and Jonathan Wilson Gotti. While still technically married, though, Debbie said Gotti began dating the Ashanti per Distractify. His affair with the Rock With You singer was reportedly part of the reason why his marriage to Debbie ended. Gotti and Shanti began dating in the early 2000s while they were together on music projects. So listen, guys. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Let me know your thoughts on Irv Gotti being sued by this Jane Doe, and let me know your thoughts on how you feel about her story and this situation. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit the like button, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.